All right. Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. You are watching the Wise Coffee Chat Show. Super excited to be here today. Let me make sure I got this correct and that we're actually live. So, who am I? My name is Jennifer Sanchez. I am the founder of the Wise Alliance Network, also the Women's Institute of Self Development and Efficacy. So, I know I call it Wise for short. I put networking events, conferences, retreats together, do a bunch of different things for women and men now, do masterminds, especially here with Grace, who helps me put masterminds together for real estate professionals and business professionals. And then, of course, I'm a mom of three beautiful girls, and I'm a real estate investor. So I purchase property, 30 days or less, rehab homes, buy and hold, flip, wholesale. So if you guys have a property you're trying to sell, reach out to me. I can definitely help with that. And I will pass it over to my co host.
Good morning, everybody. It's Delilah, and I'm the owner of the Rock Exchange. I also mentor young women with Arise and Gems, and I have a nonprofit organization called PG31. But check out our store at 3551 South Archer Avenue. We have a prom dress giveaway happening April 27th for girls in the community. Last year, we partnered up with a beautiful project, and we're doing that this year as well. And we're giving away more prom dresses. So if you'd like to donate a gently used prom dress, feel free to drop it off at the Rock Exchange at 3551 South Archer Avenue. Our goal is to hit more than 80 girls this year. We had complimentary wax service for mom and daughter last year, and we gave away 80 prom dresses. So help us reach our goal to hit more, to be able to pass out more prom dresses. So please come to the Rock Exchange at 3551 South Archer Avenue. And yeah, I'm going to pass it back to you, Jen.
All right. So actually, I'm super excited because we have two guests
Look at
here
that.
today. We're
Yes,
like
and these beautiful
double.
leather chairs. And
Yeah, these awesome, amazing people here. So
yes.
I will give over the mic first to Marco, since he's right there.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Marco. We're live at the scene.
No, we gotta do that one more time. Hold
That
on.
intro, I gotta do it. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah. So what do you? Just introduction, quick introduction. What do you do?
I'm a loan officer. I work with neighborhood loans. Grace as well. We both help people get into residential homes, refinance, cash out refinance, and we also guide people into getting the right partnerships with, let's just say, a real estate investor. If they want to become a real estate investor, we
Oh,
partner
wow.
them with the correct realtors. Right? Not everyone knows how to become an investor.
Yep.
A lot of people like to, let you know, hey, I can help you, but I don't want to learn with you if you're going to help
Right.
me, right? I want someone that already knows, someone that has experience sometimes, right? That has done it themselves. So that's what we specialize in do. We also help with people that need help with credit. I
Wow.
refer all my people to Grace, and Grace helps them, kind of create a formula to help them strategize with credit.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Grace. Yeah, they're a little duo here.
I see. That's actually great, especially if you don't know. Like, let's say you had bad credit or made some mistakes,
Right.
right? So, Grace, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us today. So, like Marco mentioned, I'm a loan officer. I've been in the industry for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
loan officer on my own for 2 years.
Okay.
And yes, I do help them with credit. Especially, we have
Mhm.
a lot of people like our um, say Hispanic people that
Mhm.
they don't know anything about credit.
Latinos.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
so I do guide them and do like a plan. So that way they can work on their credit and buy a house.
That's beautiful. So you said you've been on your own for 2 years.
Two
So that, are
years.
you like an independent contractor? Is that how it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Just so I
I
have an.
started, yeah, I started 8 years ago. Basically, as a dialer
Okay. So
and
calling people,
calling
cold
people.
calling.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like from the boots, from the ground.
Yeah.
Like
And then I was a
from.
processor too. Yeah.
Wow. So you understand loans all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah.
there, so you're are you the type that just looks at something and like, oh, that's not right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Nice.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. And
Very
so
cool.
now you two work together. Are you both independent contractors?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so whatever you bring in house, it's yours and you
Yes.
have to
Mm-hmm.
work it through, but you work together as well.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's so you're
Nice.
running your own business within a business, pretty
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
So let's go into. We gotta do coffee time.
For real.
So the whole point of the show that why it started was because I like coffee, and I like to meet people. How many times have you been like, let's go get a cup of coffee
Right.
and let's go, right? Go get breakfast.
And it's easy to
drink coffee,
conversate over
right?
coffee, right?
So I feel. Did you know that you like a person more when you're drinking something hot?
No.
I didn't know that.
That is a
Okay.
Wow.
that
No wonder you didn't like that girl, Marco, right? It was over a cold brew of coffee.
wait, what? Wait, hold on. I want another level. But yeah, like they say, like if you go on dates, you
Right.
should go to coffee shop. Why do I? Why am I saying this? Don't ask me. But there is
Oh my
something
goodness.
like psychologically when you're drinking something hot and holding something warm that it'll give you more warmth towards the person you're talking to.
Maybe because
So-
I learned something
you're,
new.
you're homey at home. Like maybe because when you're at home, you're cozy.
Maybe it feels warm, cozy, comforting, right? But
It is.
I also realize I think people's personalities show with what they're drinking.
Wow, that
Like I used to have a
agree
best
with
friend that had 6 sugars in one coffee.
wow.
Like
Oh my
yeah,
Lord,
and
that's
I'd
a
be
lot.
like, and I would joke around with her. I'd be like, "Are you drinking sugar with coffee or coffee with
Coffee.
sugar?
Right.
Like, which one is it, right?" So and then so that's why I kind of like doing like, what are you drinking? Why are you drinking it? What's your
Mhm.
favorite coffee? Just to
Okay.
kind of know a little bit more about the person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll pass it over to Delilah.
They had Bustelo here. I love Bustelo. And
Oh.
I like having honey in my coffee. I don't do the sugar as much anymore. Sometimes if that's the only option, but Bustelo, thank y'all. I'm starting off my morning right.
Yeah.
Marco, what are you drinking? And then we're going to go on to Grace.
So normally I like to drink coffee black,
Just plain black.
just black.
Yeah.
And I like to
Wow.
drink a little bit. So like maybe
Like a little shot
like
of
a
coffee.
kind of like an espresso. I'll
Yeah.
take that and I'll be pretty much good. And
Yeah.
then well, people I guess that drink coffee all the time, they say that it stains your teeth, right?
It
That if you
does.
drink
Yes.
coffee.
Yes.
But my method is I drink the coffee and then I have a water bottle and I rinse my mouth and I just
Yes.
drink. And then people are like, oh, that makes sense.
That makes
because
sense.
You're like, I guess cleansing your mouth with coffee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if I drink coffee, it's typically black.
Mhm.
There are days where I do like at Dunkin', I'll go to get, and I have to say it like I'm at the cash register. Can I get a medium iced caramel coffee, cream, no sugar? Because if I can't say it, I can't say it like what it is. I have to say it
Okay.
as if I'm ordering. That's just how my brain works.
This is his commercial voice.
That's
Yeah,
his
right.
commercial voice.
May I please get
the
a-
voiceover. But they say that when you drink black coffee, you're a psychopath.
I think so.
No, just like
I think so. Okay.
I don't know.
No, I'm just joking.
but
I drink
I-
black coffee too, so I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But I've heard if you drink coffee with a straw, it also helps with not staining your teeth.
But then
as
you don't get the
much.
same. I don't
The-
know.
The
The gold-
same. Well, do you swish it in your mouth like a cigar or something, like bourbon or something?
I just straight just
Yeah.
go.
Just knock
Swishing
it back.
coffee
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this is a first.
Yeah.
And
Well,
today I'm drinking this.
What
which
is that? So tell
Oh,
us about this.
Celsius.
I'm not advertising for them, but at this point, I guess it's a Celsius drink. It has no sugar, so my mom bought a pack because my older brother gets it a lot,
Okay.
and my mom's like, "All right, let's just buy a box from Costco, so it's less
Aw,
expensive."
They're
yeah.
good. Yeah, those
so
are good.
I
I've
don't like
never
that he
had it.
drinks them, so I have the burden of drinking them, so,
So
he
you
doesn't
don't-
drink that much.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my sad excuse of I still want some, so I'm just
Oh,
gonna have some.
Is it
Are you addicted to them
Yeah.
now because
No.
of that? Okay.
Like today, I just saw it, and I'm like, "All right, I'll take one,"
okay.
but normally
Very
I'll
good.
get black coffee.
black coffee?
And
Okay.
then Grace, what are you
Grace, what are you-
drinking?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
What kind of coffee?
Every morning, Dunkin' Donuts, large coffee, regular
Oh.
cream, 2 sugars.
Wow.
Wow, look,
That's
regular
good.
cream
She
and
has it
sugar.
on
I
pack.
know,
That's
straight-
it. That's it.
Yeah,
Just coffee.
that just tells you a lot, right? So
Mhm.
I'm down with the black coffee. I do black
She
too,
does.
but it's only when I'm very like athletic. Like I guess when I'm like, oh, I need like when I'm running a lot or I'm doing something the black. But sometimes I put honey in mine too when I just need a little bit
Yeah.
of
I
sweet.
never tried
you
it
know,
with honey.
It's good.
it is really good.
Really?
Yeah, and then of course, if I do. I go to Starbucks and I'll do like a sugar-free vanilla latte or
Yeah.
a white mocha. If I need to like get that sweet.
It's
But-
yeah.
So we do have some people on with us saying good morning. So I
Good
have
morning.
Sarai. She said, let's see, I love coffee too, especially nutritional coffee. And then we have Mayra. She said, "Yay, coffee time."
Yes.
And
Oh
she
my God.
put yes hearts. And then of course she put a link up for the coffee. So
Oh,
these are the coffee girls. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the coffee girls, the Gano XL coffee girls.
they're
No,
mushroom
No.
coffee.
the mushroom coffee. So they're like super like big networkers, and they're a lot of networking. They didn't come to my event on Thursday, so you didn't get to meet them. They're
They
usually
probably thought
there.
it was this Thursday like me.
No, no, they probably went to a different event. Knowing them, they have like 20 events on their calendar every
Okay.
week. But definitely she has her classic coffee today, so she's sharing what she's drinking. And then of course she likes black coffee is her go-to
Ooh.
as well. And then we have Melly, my friend Alvarez, black coffee for me. So she wrote
Oh,
black
all these
coffee as well.
black coffee drinkers. Oh my
I know,
gosh. I
Yeah.
know. Look
Yeah,
at
well,
that.
I think yeah, we're psychopaths. Lilia, no, just playing.
I'm wearing the
Lilia, she
coffee
put
colored top.
good morning, Lilia. So keep it coming, guys, as we're doing the show. Feel free to
Good
engage. You
morning.
know,
Good
this is
morning.
engaging. So let's go to Grace, right? Grace, I know you talked a little bit
yes.
about you've been in, both of you guys of course are going to share this, but like how'd you fall into the mortgage
Industry.
industry? You know, or why did you choose? How about that? Why did you choose? Because you both could be doing a lot of different things,
And can we share
especially
the
Yeah.
1099.
company that they're working with
Yeah,
right
neighborhood,
now?
they were a
Yeah, we
sponsor,
work with
neighborhood
neighborhood
loans. Yeah.
loans.
Okay,
Yeah.
neighborhood loans, everybody. Neighborhood loans.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, I'm here in this industry because of my ex.
Okay.
So he been in the business for over 20 years.
Wow.
So we started dating, and like every time our dates was he was always on the phone talking
Wow.
about credit, talking about how much I qualify for. So I'm like, wow, I like that. I love numbers.
Okay.
So that's why I became his assistant.
Wow.
Mira,
Look at
Mhm.
that.
So
look at
that's
that.
why I said was I
So
thought.
love and work works
Mhm,
at that
mhm,
time.
yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. So we were together for 5 years.
It's a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. And here you are running your own business.
Yeah.
So
Now on my own.
well, thank God. Then he served a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he did. He did. It's something that I'm very thankful to him because he was the one that introduced me to this industry, which I
Yeah.
love.
Wow.
What do you find most rewarding about being in this industry now that you're doing it on your own and running your own business? What do you find most rewarding about this industry?
Besides the money.
Money's good.
Yes.
I mean, money's not bad.
Besides the money.
Right. But how
Well,
about I
like
imagine people's
helping
lives are
people.
transformed.
Oh yes, yes.
Like
Especially
people,
when they go somewhere else and they're not able to get approved, and we're able to help them. It's like wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
That's
I gotta share this. I
Okay,
have to
share.
share this
Uh
about
oh,
Grace.
I'm nervous.
No, 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 no. So no. Again, good morning. We have Ramiro. Before I go, I got Ramiro. Ramiro. He's a friend of mine as well. Good morning. You just reminded me to do my bulletproof coffee. I don't know if
Is
that
this
means
another
like
mushroom coffee?
I
What
don't
is it? I'm
know. I
like-
don't know. Elaborate. Does
Is
it
this-
mean like it has, is it on the bullet? Like, the bullet
Oh,
maybe? But I don't know. Maybe
okay.
it's something else. And then Sade said, yes, mushrooms are powerful. So, yes. So, Grace, actually, she's been coming to our masterminds. I met her, I don't know, like in December or January, like in the winter. It was cold, the cold months.
okay.
Yeah,
Like November or something along
Yeah.
those
back
lines.
then.
Yeah, she came to a boot camp that I had in
Okay.
O'Hare
Okay.
in November. Yeah, so
Oh,
it
it
was
was
around
over.
that time.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then she started coming to masterminds and was helping me host masterminds here, which we still do them once a month. And when I was so proud of her last month. I'm still proud, but like she was like, when she first started, she was like, okay, I'm only doing like one contract a month, algo así. And I was like, all right, like
Let's up it.
let's up it. Let's do this. Like, how can we
It
started
was super
strategizing.
Okay.
slow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was slow. And I was like, how can you do this? Like, she told me her strategy. I was like, okay, duplicate that like by 5, right?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you work with top producers in real estate, then find more of these guys. Man, last month she had eight contracts.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was just
Wow.
sitting there like, you have what? Like I was sitting there like I was even baffled. Like, damn. So like just
That's
to
good.
see within January, February, March, 3 meses,
3 months. Yeah. See.
how she just like boom, like just having a
Mhm.
system and accountability.
Right.
She got people under contract. She got clients under
That's
contract.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So you really love what you do.
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
do. And the masterminds are helping me a lot,
As far
especially
as
like
can
accountability. Like, okay, we're meeting every month. This is what I said I was going to do. So every week I look at
that
my
is so
goals.
true.
Okay, so I have to work on this.
That's
Yeah. Soon
awesome.
she'll be
Yeah.
buying me Louis Vuittons. No,
Yeah. The red bottoms. You're like-
red bottoms. No, I'm just joking. That was a side joke. We were talking about shoes
Yeah.
before we went live.
Right.
No.
And Marco, now you've been into the industry for now 3 years, you mentioned right before.
Yes, 3
So
years.
how did you get into the real estate, you know?
Well, it all started
Right.
when I was born.
His side gig is voiceovers. I was just kidding.
So if you're looking to hire somebody, call
Right.
me. Talk crazy. No, I got into the industry because it was kind of like a family business, you could say. My father, may he rest in peace, he was the one who started the whole real estate move, I guess you could
Okay.
say.
And within the family.
Yeah, he was a loan officer in like
Mhm.
2003, 2004, give or take.
Okay.
And he was a loan officer for like 6, 7 years. He went through the crash and then he became a real estate agent.
Okay.
And he was a real estate agent for a while.
Wow.
Helped my brother. My brother didn't really want to, and I know if he's watching this, then he knows he did not want to become a realtor, right?
He wanted to do
Because-
something completely opposite.
because like
usually.
like a good son, right?
Right.
I don't care what you want, Dad. I want to do my own thing, right?
What did he
So
want to be like?
he wanted to be accountant. He wanted
Oh,
to be an
wow.
accountant.
So he likes numbers too.
Yeah, he was going to the Paul. He was
Okay.
doing his thing, and then obviously he got into real estate not because he wanted to, but my dad had clients, and my dad was busy doing something else, and he would be like, "Go show him the house." So my brother got his real estate license.
Wow.
Short story long, he ended up doing real estate long term now, and he's been doing it for 7 years. After year like 4, real estate started kicking off. COVID time. I was in car sales, so I've always been into sales.
Sorry, just checking the audio.
I was in car sales, and I got a passion for sales. I've always kind of
Wow.
done sales.
Okay.
I started learning about purchasing real estate, so I purchased a real estate property, and after that, I just decided like I want to help people do what I just did.
Oh,
And I
nice.
purchased a
So-
property, and it helped me out. So I'm like, I think that other people could take advantage of this. Maybe they just don't have the guidance.
Right. That's
Um,
awesome.
Yes.
And you're young.
Yeah.
You're 26. From what?
29 now.
Oh, 29. Okay.
Oh, he's
I'm old,
29.
you know what
I'm
I'm
so sorry.
I shaved
You
off
need-
some. I think I shaved off some
Some
years.
years. I said,
Because
how
of
old
my
is he?
haircut. After my haircut, everyone's like, "Oh, you're like 10 years younger." I'm like, "Bro," I'm like,
You know
Wait,
what?
somebody, she
That's
was telling me
so
about
true.
Fabio.
Yeah.
Like you used to like Fabio used to have
"Yeah,
this.
dude, I had
I
long
can't. I believe
hair.
it's not butter
I had
hair.
like Jesus hair. It was down
He
here."
had Jesus hair, like
Literally.
curly. I mean, he stood out. It's like,
And I
who's
mean, you
this
have a
Jesus
nice
guy
set of
here?
mane up there. So I just imagine
Yeah.
how the curls
Dude,
flowed, right?
It was like, you guys know who Marin is?
yeah.
I was his backup singer. It was crazy. Yeah,
There you
And he
go.
has these amazing lashes. You know, women pay for. Did you see his? Did you check out his lashes?
No, I
Women,
did not.
Shout out to my
Hey.
mama.
right? Hey, mom.
Right.
These lashes, people pay for these lashes he has naturally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Look at
but-
you.
You know what I'm
Look
saying?
at him.
Shout out to my mama. My
Look
dad.
at mom and dad doing great
Well-
things with lashes. No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
well, okay. You know what I so the short time I've known Marco, actually very impressed too, because I'm like, you have a 4 unit, right? He has you have how many doors?
Well, I have 2 now. I had the first one in 2019 when I was in car sales. I'll be honest, I did make a lot of money at that age. I was making 6 figures, and instead of being like a normal 22, 23-year-old, I invested it because I'm like,
That's
you know what?
smart.
Very
That's
smart.
smart.
Like, yeah, it's cool to buy stuff, but I was like, that's gonna go away,
Yeah.
or like, there's the resale value goes down. Whatnot.
Yeah.
So I decided, like, my father told me buy real estate, and to a certain degree, he had the right idea. He didn't coach us all the way through to say this is the type of property or whatnot. We kind of, my brother and I, just kind of learned as we went, and then shout out to him. He helped me buy that property, and
Your
was a
brother or
really
your
good-
dad?
my brother.
Your brother. Okay.
Yeah, my dad didn't want me to buy that specific property. He was already like sick, and we knew he was not going to make it at that point. He had cancer,
I'm sorry.
so we're like, okay, like he's not going to make it. He saw the property, he saw the project there was, and he was like,
Don't do it.
It's too much.
Wow.
like, I get it. As a father, you're always going to look at your kids like, they're not going to be able to take that much out. of
or
a project."
especially if he's not there to help
Right.
you.
He's
you
like,
know.
how are they going to do it, right? So I kind of saw tunnel vision, and I bet on myself and said, you know what, let's do it. I got into a lot of debt,
Okay.
but then I feel like I'm really good at managing money.
Okay.
So I decided to push through it, and now I purchased another one just last year in July
Oh, congratulations.
because obviously the money's there. You just have to know the sacrifices that come with it, right? Could I have bought a lot of stuff? Yes. Could I have done trips, travel, and this? Yeah. And
That's
I'm hoping
right
it
there.
pays off.
No, that's
will.
right there.
So,
That's right there.
quick question: you
what
said
he's
the
saying.
doors. So for people who aren't real estate investors, what do doors mean?
So like, how many units is he renting out?
Okay, very good. So doors. So doors means units.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's a 4 unit, it's 4 doors.
Yeah.
Okay, very
yeah.
good.
And
Look
if
at
he has
that.
two flat or
Or two
that's
flat.
two more, and then whatever total. So sometimes like investors be like, "How many doors do you have?" And they like to like it's like a
What's your portfolio?
you know,
Right? It's like
it's the
my
funniest
face
thing.
is like wow.
No,
Like my
trust me.
name is
It's the
before
most,
they even
it's
ask
the
your
most
name.
hilarious thing, when you go around investors and then they're like, "Well,
Yeah.
how many doors do you have?" I'm like, "Shut your ass up!" Like, how about that? How about that? But that's just me being a
Okay.
smart ass, right?
Uh,
But most investors know I am the ones that know me know I'm a smart ass.
They know.
They know
Yeah.
how I am. But that's just something that they do in the industry. Like, what are you working on now? Oh, I'm putting a new HVAC unit inside that. Like, oh my god. So I mean, like, I need business people around me because it's the same lingo all the time. But I mean, you're 29. What I wanted to say is he did the right thing because he said, I'm sacrificing, I'm
Right.
saving, I'm investing versus what he could be doing. Like
I mean, like
splurging.
most 29-year-olds at that
Single
age.
29-year-olds,
Yeah.
right? You're single, right? Look,
I've been single for 11 years straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just,
Mira, for any young lady that's looking for a man right
I
here.
ain't looking, girl.
No,
Don't
there you
come
go.
at me.
He's like, no.
Oh, he probably got little girls be sliding them their little numbers
Well,
now anyway.
I'll be honest. Like, yeah, having a relationship must be nice and everything, but the way I see it is just I won't have the time, and I don't want to
There you
put someone
go.
through that if I
Okay.
don't have the time.
Got you.
I don't want to make the time. Can I do it? Yes, but I'm
Mira.
lazy. I'm selfish. I
Okay.
know that, and I like to,
So
see people.
are
That's
you
good.
trying to like hit like a certain goal first before you focus on that? What is, or you don't want a relationship at all?
I want to hit a goal. My goal would be to be able to have the ability to enjoy the money that I've made.
Mira.
Got you.
So
Okay,
live
makes
the life of
sense.
freedom,
Right.
right?
First, like have
Imagine
these.
this, right?
Yeah.
You're working, you're doing everything, and you're investing, and you see your money trickling up, and then you're like, all right, cool, but you don't get to enjoy it. And let's just say you get into a relationship. It's not that you can't enjoy it; you just enjoy it differently.
That's true.
But
I
I
mean,
want to enjoy it as a single guy,
okay,
Which is different.
which is
a little
different.
different. You
It is
can't do
not a
that.
little different. It's, a
like-
lot different.
It's a lot different. It's like the Hangover in Las Vegas. Different.
Right.
Oh my
No.
God.
Compared to if you're married or you got a girl, it's like,
Jennifer, we know what you wanted to do in your
Right.
single life.
she wanted to go to Vegas.
She's like, I chose the married life.
Right.
Okay,
I'm not
really?
getting no comment.
Right.
I'm
Anyway.
a conservative Christian woman. What are you
She went to
saying?
Vegas straight.
It's just like, I was like, where did you go that whole week?
I'm dead.
I found a baby.
Right. There's a tiger in my
There's a tiger in the room.
Oh
I was
my
with Mike Tyson.
gosh.
Right.
Anyway, I'm
So you see how spontaneous life could be if
yes.
you're single?
I
guys,
mean,
how crazy.
literally. But so this is, we were talking earlier. So this is how the coffee chat happens.
Right.
Sometimes, we talk a little bit about business, we talk a little bit about life, and here we are. Now, Grace, now do you have doors, quote unquote doors?
No, I don't.
Not yet.
No,
She has
not
her own
yet.
door.
I have my own
got you.
door.
Do you
Yeah,
want to?
that's okay.
Because some people, investment's not for everybody.
Exactly.
Because there's stress that comes with that
She
too,
got,
I imagine.
girl, she got Louis Vuittons. She got, that's
Yeah.
what she got.
You know what?
She
that
tells-
was a present from my son. So he
Oh.
gave me 2
Oh, look at
pairs.
that.
Yeah.
Aw.
And it was because like everything that we went through, like been going through, like he wrote me a really nice letter. So yeah, I didn't buy those. I love shoes, but yeah, I don't think no.
They're
I'll spend
uncomfortable.
$1,000 for
Yeah.
a pair of shoes, but yeah.
I think if you
Uh,
work hard and you have money and you're
Yeah.
being responsible and
Right.
you're doing your thing,
Mhm.
like there's nothing wrong with splurging here
Yeah,
and there,
yeah,
just
yeah.
being responsible,
Yeah.
right? Like I see people like traveling all the time and
Yeah.
doing, I sit there like, I wish, I'm sitting there, but I know like there's a vision, there's a
Mhm.
goal, and it's like I
Exactly.
can't do that right now,
Yeah,
right? That's not
yeah.
where we're at, So But with your story, I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like.
They're
right?
uncomfortable. We were talking about the.
Oh my God, very.
So are you gonna put them in a glass case and just put a light on them?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Like
Like
an art piece
every
at the
time I try
house.
to wear, I'm like, oh no, 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 no. There's no way.
I call those show and goes. You see them when you walk in, and then right when you sit at the table, they go.
Well, that's what she taught me. She's like, just take your shoes to take pictures,
Yeah.
and then when you're
Yes.
done with the pictures, switch the shoes.
Yeah, I always
out.
tell her that. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
do that, and I have extra pair just in case in the
Yes.
trunk, like the
Yes.
comfortable, uglier one. Not that
Yes.
ugly, but the ones are okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I
in
totally get that.
in because what I do on the side with my business, I style women, mainly business professionals.
Oh,
Jennifer
okay.
is actually one of my clients. Well, that's how we became really close. We've met like at events, but I styled her, Martha. There's quite a few people I've styled, and I just styled somebody. I'm getting another client too. I love doing that. Right now, I'm comfortable. I'm wearing one of my shirts. It says "beautiful" from one of my friends. This week is my birthday weekend, so I decided to wear
Oh,
her
happy
shirt.
birthday.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
super excited. But I style clients all the time for special events. Jennifer will say, "Hey, I have an event," and I'll get a dress.
Yeah.
I don't even have to have her there.
She doesn't need me.
Oh.
She'll be like, oh, okay, I already know what you need, and she'll just pick it. She knows my style, my liking. Like she already knows me enough, my body shape. She's like, this would look good on you, and she'll
Yeah.
just give it to me.
And then so she has to just drive by and pick it up.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, wow.
Literally.
Yes, I do
Nice. So I know who to
consultations with
call
me. Oh
now.
yeah,
Literally,
Yeah,
because
wow.
it takes a lot of thought, and I'm
It
sure for
does.
men too. Like, well, why does Mark Zuckerberg only have the same outfit 5 times, right? Like, think
And
about
men
it.
are
Like,
easier too, though.
like literally, he has the same white shirt and blue pants in
Mhm.
his closet, and there's a lot of wealthy people that don't like to think about what they're wearing.
Right.
They just want to grab whatever and put it on and go. So when there's like an event and like, man, I hate going to the store and like sitting there for like an hour trying to
Mhm.
figure out what to
Yeah,
wear. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
an hour of my life that I don't want to spend on that.
Yeah,
So then when I be like, hey, I need something, she'll be like, I got you. And I just go pick it up. I'm
and
done.
literally, I love
Literally.
it, and I love
Literally.
shopping. So I get to shop on other people's dime.
Literally.
And so I do a consultation with clients, but it's fun. That's my passion. So passion is real estate for you, like investing, but I love fashion
Yeah.
and looking at people and seeing like one time I had a client who couldn't wear jeans. She couldn't find jeans for her body type. And I had jeans at my store and she started crying because she never wore jeans. You don't understand the power of what fashion
Wow.
does for people.
Yeah.
When you look good, you feel good. When you're
Yeah.
walking in with a client, you already know, right? When you meet your clients, if you look good, it's a big deal. You feel good, right?
Yeah.
And you just
Mhm.
things go better.
Especially in the industry, like in real estate, right?
Right.
You have to, it's like
Dress the
sometimes like
part.
Yeah, like
a fashion show.
Mhm.
It's like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, right? Can I just dress like a chola?
I got my chola hoops on.
You know, like, do I have to look like this all the time?
Right.
But it's part of the
Yeah, it
industry,
is.
and the
Right.
standard
Right.
of who dresses the best, who looks the best.
Right.
Right. It's always that type of, which makes sense. I get it.
Mhm.
It's the industry where there's a lot of money
Yeah.
that goes back and
Mhm.
forth, so you have to play the role.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know if Marco can relate to the conversation.
Do you have this
right?
problem every day, Mark?
So I honestly, I don't like, people say like because of real estate, you have to dress up and whatnot.
Yes.
I just always, in my family, my father always dressed up with
In
a suit and
suits.
tie.
Oh, nice.
And I always thought that was cool. Not because, it's the status of high power or anything like that.
Mhm.
Honestly, I don't care about that. Like,
Right. Right.
but when I wear a suit and like I put a tie and whatnot, I feel comfortable. Like this feels comfortable for me. I
Oh,
know some
that's
people like to wear
nice.
like, shirts and like joggers and whatnot. That also feels comfortable. But when I'm in an office, I like to have this, not because, people are going to look at me different, because I think or at least for me, it's always been my charisma and my personality that's helped me be able to get into, their hearts. It's not so much like, I look nice, so therefore you have to,
Right. Right.
deal with me or whatnot.
Right.
I always like to think that like, yeah, your appearance is one thing, but I don't know. I just feel comfortable in the suit.
Yeah, and you know what? I like I made that statement, when you look good, you feel good. So you had that example in front of you, your
Mhm.
father, you
Yeah.
said, right? So, his legacy lives on.
Yeah.
He set that example before you.
Mhm.
And it's so even when you're not with clients, you would still wear suit and tie?
Yeah. Like today, I don't have
Oh,
a
that's
meeting
cool.
with clients or anything.
Oh,
This
wow.
is just the everyday, day-to-day
Mhm.
Attire.
Yeah.
That's
Attire.
awesome.
I'll be honest. That's one investment that I did, that I bought a certain number of suits in different colors.
Yeah.
And I buy a bunch of white shirts just so I don't have to think It's very important to not have to think.
And just buy different ties to switch them.
Mhm.
Guys, I feel it's so easy
Mhm.
for guys because
Right.
you can just do that and switch up a tie, and people think you have a whole new outfit because you have a new
It's a
tie.
different tie.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, his outfit
Right,
changed.
But
right.
wait, but I gotta ask this question. The
Okay.
hair though. When you had those long locks, first off, what happened to the hair?
I
Where did it
donated it.
go?
I donated it to
What?
Lurie's Children's Hospital.
Oh, very
Get out of
nice.
here. So
Oh,
some little girls
Someone's
were
rocking it right now.
she
I
got
hope.
you know how they say your spirit is in the hair or
Yeah.
whatever. So they
She got
got
the
your,
charisma right
She's
now.
doing
personality.
voiceover somewhere.
Right. She's, hey guys, what's going on? No, yeah, I mean, I donated. So the reason why I let it grow,
Mhm.
there's really no reason. I was just lazy. It started off that way. I let it grow to like Dora the Explorer, Dora length, right?
So did your mom like get down your
My
throat
mom was
about?
like, bro, what are you doing?
She's like, what are you going through?
Right. Like, what is going on? And honestly, I could say like throughout the mortgage industry, I just let it grow.
So
And
you would wear ponytails and
yeah,
stuff.
everything. Like, she would see me with all kinds of hairstyles. She'd be like, what do you got now?
Aw.
Because I'd get like the man bun, and then I would do half of it.
Would you
whole
do the
thing.
braids too?
I
or
did
no?
the braids.
Wow.
I mean, I did kind
Okay.
of everything with my hair. And at the time, you're in the banking world, so like people want to see you like look a certain way, and if you don't fit that
Right.
category, it's like it's not gonna go very
Yeah,
well, right?
yeah.
But I just kind of said I don't really care.
Okay.
Like,
Well, you got the Johnny Bravo thing
now
going
I
on right
did.
now.
Now I'm just like
It's about
slick
2 more
back,
inches.
you know?
It's
now I gotta go slick. Like, hey, what's going on?
right.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Let me share these comments. I do have Ernie, our friend Ernie Perez. He said, "Good morning,
Good morning,
all."
Ernie.
And then our Isali Soto, who's a GC and an investor as well. She
Mm.
said, "Hello, ladies, just
Hi.
jumping on." And then Ramiro answered the question with that what was it, power bullet or black coffee with MCT oil. That's
Wow.
what bulletproof coffee is.
You could conquer the world with something like that.
I don't know I don't know too much about it to comment on that, but that
Wow.
sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
That sounds like that'll get me going.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, like, but okay, so now with you guys, I know that you guys are big entrepreneurs, and you were telling us offline, Marco, about how you hustled. You were a hustler as a kid, right? And I love the story how you would bamboozle your neighbors and kind of be like, "Can
Give 'em
I
the sad
shovel your
eyes."
snow?"
Right.
You know. So
Yeah,
tell us
dude,
about.
it was crazy. So there I was live at the scene. I was in 4th grade, right? And I had one of my friends at that time, Harvey. He's like, let's go shovel people's houses, because he came over to my house and I was shoveling my snow like in the house. I like to do that because I like
Yeah.
the snow, I like the cold, whatever. So then I was just like, okay. So I told my mom, like, Mom, I'm gonna go shovel people's houses. She's like, what? She's like, why would you do that? And I'm like, maybe they'll pay me. And she's like, hi, Marco. She's just like, "Ah, whatever, go do your whatever." And we lived in Niles, so it was like a safe
Oh
neighborhood,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So we went and we start knocking on people's houses, and we would strategize. That's how like we knew we would be like salespeople of some sort. We'd strategize like, all right, what are we gonna say when they open the door? Do you talk? Do I talk? What do we tell them? Do we just tell
Wow.
them straight up, hey, we want to shovel your
They had
snow?
a business
So-
In
meet.
4th grade.
Fourth
Right.
grade, right? Like we're thinking that. So we pull up, we knock on someone's door, and then una viejita comes out and she's like opens it barely, like, what do you guys want? And we're like, we put our hands behind our back to seem as like noble as possible. We're like, we just wanted to see if you wanted us to shovel your snow. And then she was like, what? So at first we're like, maybe we're not supposed to do this, right? So we started asking. They said, yeah. All right, cool. Well, how much do you guys want? We're like, whatever your heart desires. That was
Wow.
that's called emotional damage right there. We just
They knew this in 4th grade?
So-
Emotional
They're
damage.
heartbreakers.
so at that point people would be like, oh damn, I don't want to be an asshole. And, just they would give us like, $10, $20. The most we made between him and I in one day was like $100 a pop. So we made $200.
Wow.
Mira, that's more than like
In 4th grade?
We were multimillionaires.
Right.
What do you guys want for lunch?
that
Capri
age,
Sun on me,
right,
you know?
right.
Look at you.
We could do Lunchables, you know?
Right.
Oh, let's go to McDonald's.
Right,
Right.
number 2.
You know?
And at that
Spend a whole
time,
$10.
before inflation, like you could buy a lot of stuff.
Right, right.
For real,
Right.
serious.
I mean, at that, and making transition back to like as far as loans. you mentioned Grace, and you both, I would imagine, but Grace specifically, you mentioned you work with people also that deal with like bad credit, or let's say
Yes.
they don't know, they don't have credit. So talk a little bit about that. How can your company, I should say here, because you both are loan officers, how can you help people who have, let's say, bad credit, or they're looking to purchase their first property, don't know what to do? Going back to the business aspect of things, and how can they reach you to?
Well, basically, what I do is just give
Mhm.
them a plan. Like
Okay.
every person is different.
Okay.
So it's just sometimes they just need to pay off their credit card. Sometimes they just need to send out letters for dispute, um, their collections on their credit, or do settlements. So
Wow.
like every case is different.
So you're like a credit repair person too?
Kind
I
of.
mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, like credit building, no?
Right?
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of people also they don't have any credit, so I also
Okay.
just guide them like open credit cards.
Okay.
So basically it's just telling exactly what they need to do in order for them to qualify to buy a house.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay,
Which
very
is
good.
which
That's
is so
great.
that's great. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of people, you get a lot of mail, and just because you get a letter in the mail saying there this account is going to go on collection, it doesn't mean that it's already on your credit.
Okay.
So that's why people think sometimes, oh, I have a credit because I get so many letters from
All these
this
people
credit
or
company that I didn't pay. Not everyone reports that to your credit.
I see.
Mm.
Okay.
So
Because it costs money to report.
it does
So it's
cost
like,
money.
oh,
Hmm.
I'm gonna send it to the credit collections or whatever for $200.
Wow.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Okay.
it's not worth it sometimes for
Right.
companies.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. And so how can they reach you to? Like if they wanted to.
Yeah, for real. If anyone wants, let's say, so you work with investors just to make sure that people, if they want to build their credit, they could come to you.
Yeah.
If they want to purchase a home,
Purchase a home,
residential,
Can they purchase commercial
refinance.
too? Or is it just residential you two work with? Just so we know.
Residential. Yeah.
Both. Okay,
I
good.
mean, we have
Residential and
investors for commercials.
oh,
Yes.
nice. Okay, so residential and commercial. Very good. Do you prefer residential? What's your preference for either
I
of you?
do prefer a residential or refinance.
Do you want it? What do you prefer, Marco?
I'll, so with commercial, we can do it. We have access to it, but we
Okay.
have access to like residential commercial, meaning 16 unit apartments
Okay.
and under.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we can't
Okay.
do like standalone commercial
Okay.
or like a plaza. Or
So if
stuff
they
like
have
that.
an apartment,
If they have apartments and stuff like that, yeah.
oh, that's awesome.
So
Good to know.
it is a
Okay.
possibility. It's a little bit more difficult, and if you want to invest in real estate, I feel like a lot of people, want to buy a property and do a flip.
Okay.
We won't be your candidates for flipping
Okay.
realistically, but we would be your candidates for, let's just say, your first property and you want to do something called a house hack.
Oh, wow.
You get into the
Okay.
property, you stay there about a year or two, and then you sell it because you improved it. We
Okay.
can help with that. But if you want to be more
Nice.
like an investor, like maybe with her,
Jennifer.
we have other resources for that. That's
Okay.
more like a private lender or something like that, where they could be in and out within 6 months or a year.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's good to know. Now, do you work with several different loan companies, or is it just one specific? Is this one loan? I know that sounds like a crazy question,
It's a
but
good question because we're neighborhood loans. We fund our own money, right?
oh, nice.
Our
Okay.
bank gives us the
Okay.
money to pay the day of closing. However, we also have access to Chase, Citi, different big banks that we have access to, like their interest rates.
Okay.
So we could broker them, and
Mm,
we don't have like a broker, like that middleman fee, you could
right.
say.
Okay.
So that's the benefit here, that you have access to a couple different options. Because I would lie to tell you that we have the best rates. Sometimes Chase might have the best rates, but you could still do it with us.
Wow, that's
So
good to
that's
know.
cool to
That's
do.
really good to know. Okay, so
Mhm.
you can also be a broker for
For
a
specific
bank, depending on what the rates are. So
Mhm.
you have options. So if you reach
Mhm.
out to Marco and Grace, you can reach out to them for specific rates. They so you have the visibility to that then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
pretty cool
That's
to have
great.
that.
Marco, how do they get in touch with you?
So you can get in touch with me through social media, through my phone number, 224-678-3186.
Wow.
And Grace is
There you go.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Let me just show that again. Let me make sure. So Marco, 224-678-3186. We
Okay.
have it right there. And then Grace, if someone wants to get in touch with you for services or the credit.
Okay, my cell phone is 708-228-7422.
Perfect. So I'm putting it on the screen so that, if you guys could reach out to either or Grace or Marco. And they were sponsors, guys. They sponsored the karaoke
I'm
event.
so upset that I missed that.
I'm
You
We
have
need a
no
second
idea.
round.
We need a second round.
We
We
need a
we we
second
we
round?
We should do this every
we-
month.
Every month?
Yeah,
karaoke.
karaoke.
We should do it here.
Yeah.
Let's do
Why?
it right here.
You know
This is
what?
a big
Yeah.
enough conference room, to be honest.
is.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't
We t-
mind. I don't mind. That was a big space. That's what I'm saying. Like that
It
was huge. I was like,
huge.
I think it was a little too huge.
Really? No, I
for-
think it was great. It's a
I
beautiful
know,
place.
I know. It's a
It
beautiful
is.
place. I love Nick's
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
It's a great place, but it was
Huge.
huge.
It
was huge.
You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's like
but
it's para boda. You know, like,
Exactly.
Somebody's getting
a
married.
big
Like,
conference. Big
La
conference.
quinceañera there.
Right.
Yeah, no?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
thank you
and
guys.
joining us.
Any final words, Grace or Marco, that you want to share to the viewers?
No. Just if anyone is interested in buying a house, refinance, just give us a call.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Marco, any final words?
We were live at the scene.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna sign
We
off.
were live at the scene.
Uh,
And then Delilah, did you want to promote anything before we
just the
close out?
prom dress giveaway, April 27th. It's going to be from 2 to 6 at 3551 South Archer Avenue at the Rock Exchange. And come check us out. We're open from Wednesday to Saturday. We love helping our clients. And yeah, we get new items in weekly, y'all. And we got a bunch of new accessories in too. Like my earrings, aren't they cute?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun. But yeah, come on through to the Rock Exchange and have a great day, y'all. Just make today great. Happy
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, so make sure you guys go to 3551 South Archer
Mhm.
Avenue if you guys want. Someone did put a little a comment that Lilia, she said just plug. I get so many compliments from my outfits I purchased at the Rock Exchange.
Yes,
Love
thank
Delilah.
you.
And then
Thank
we
you.
have Ricardo. He said, "Good morning, y'all." Ricardo, he's awesome. And then of course I want to make sure you guys just check out. You know, we have masterminds, 2 masterminds a month. I have a networking event once a month. I put together a workshop for women once a month. So you guys definitely can check out. Our next meeting is the third Saturday. We'll be meeting here at 9 a.m. of this month for
And
our
it's co-ed.
mastermind. It's a co-ed, so men and
Men
women
and
can
women.
come. It's really just all about accountability,
Mhm.
right? You get, bring a problem to the table and
Yeah.
then we mastermind. And, one of the things I want to plug in is everyone uses this word mastermind very loosely,
Mm.
right? It's like a mastermind just sounds like a very nice branding word, right? That they put on their events because it just sounds cute and
Yeah.
cool and whatever. But really, we come from the Think and Grow Rich book
Okay.
from Napoleon Hill.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
guys read that book?
Yeah.
So, no? Okay, there. That's homework.
I don't. I'm gonna sound very annoying.
You hate
but
reading?
I hate reading.
Okay.
I
They
hate
have the
audio.
audiobooks.
Audio.
I hate
Oh.
audiobooks.
He hates it.
My
But he's doing well for
ADHD
himself for not
My
reading.
ADHD is way too hot for it. I learn based off like, hey, how did you do it? A conversation like this, you tell me the key points, and then we'll go.
So if you go, because I have ADHD too, you have ADHD too, right?
I think
Yeah,
it's a
it's
superpower.
undiagnosed, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So there's like cliff notes. So
Yeah.
you could Google cliff notes and just see the little bullet points, so
Right.
you get at least the main.
And I feel like I'm
points.
very hands-on. I have to like.
So then come to the mastermind so you could be hands on and
Right.
kind of get the experience. But the mastermind is really just accountability, bringing the problem, and the whole people in the group kind of bringing a solution and ideas to the
Right.
problem, right? So like, okay, have you considered this? And then every month there's accountability. Like, okay, guys, this is what I'm gonna do next
Right.
month. Hold me accountable to this,
Right.
So definitely check it out. Third Saturday of the month. You guys can
Yes.
go. I should have it on my website. It's thewisealliancenetwork.com. The information should be there. But yeah, that's it, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Thank
It was
you.
fun. You guys
Thank
have an
you.
amazing rest of your week, everyone.
Bye.